So recently the Artificer UA dropped, and I'm going to have a quick look. Not going too in depth, not reading word for word, but let's have an overview. Artificers are magic users, and they can create things out of, well, magic. Proficient with thieves' tools, interesting that I thought. My players often find themselves without having anyone with thieves' tools. Tinkerer's tools, obviously, because they create things. We have a nice little blue box here telling us what has actually changed. So magical tinkering allows a much faster crafting of an item. They can change a cantrip after each long rest. They can replicate any magic item of a qualifying rarity and item type, which improves as you level up. It now lets you have a magic item, destroy it and create a spell slot, which just sounds fantastic to me. Flash of Genius means you can help allies roll better, or yourself obviously. You can put up to 3 spells in one item now, and to cheat death you end up with 20 health, not just the 1, which is substantially better. At level 1, Magical Tinkering. Create 1 item within 5 feet of yourself from this here list. Caltrops jumped out at me straight away, but a torch for the party. I mean, ball bearings. These are just super useful in certain circumstances. So at level 2, this replicate magic item ability means that you know 4 plans. You can create a bag of holding, sending stones, or a wand of the war mage, which I think is +3 to attacks and damage. It is for very rare, and +2 for rare and 1 for uncommon, which I imagine you're fairly limited to. Yes, a +1, it says it right there. When you finish a long rest, you can create 1 or 2 different magic items if you have the Tinkerer's tools in your hand, and that can be your spellcasting focus. But yeah, a bag of holding. It's just crazy, that. But you must remember that these items disappear if the player dies. So we have a decent list of items for what they can replicate. I mean, a Lantern of Revealing is useful at level 6. Uncommon ring or a wondrous item, no curses. And even rare armour, for God's sake. I noticed that they suggest having cure wounds and grease, and I was wondering about how that would work with these items they can also create. Now, ball bearings on grease is an absolute killer for the enemy. And putting cure wounds in a flask of tea would be a great way to heal the party. Likewise, acid splash, is there something you could do with that? Turning a lamp on that you leave lying around just causes acid to go over your enemy. Let's look at the subclasses as much as what is new. Elementalism and True Strike cantrip, Arcane Vigour, Dragon's Breath, Homunculus Servant and Circle of Power are the new spell updates. The Alchemist has replaced Blight with Vitriolic Sphere. You can craft potions faster, and now more elixirs. The healing of the healing elixir has increased, and the 6th row of the table now lets you choose an effect yourself. Chemical Mastery does extra damage, you get resistance and the ability to cast Tasha's Bubbling Cauldron without expending a spell slot. So that resistance is to acid damage and poison damage. That just sounds like an equal to any cleric, but a souped up cleric at that. The Armourer. You craft faster. The new armour option, Dreadnought. Perfected armour now increases the damage of your thunder gauntlets and lightning launchers. As a magic action, use your smith's tools to create a suit of armour into arcane armour. It ignores the strength requirement. You can take it on and off as a utilised action. The armour can't be removed against your will. The armour replaces missing limbs and functions just like that. You can use the armour as your spellcasting focus. The Dreadnought has the following features. An iron ball on a chain appears on one of your gauntlets. 1d10 bludgeoning. And yeah, you're practically Iron Man. Extra attack I noticed there. And then the Artillerist, craft faster. The Eldritch Cannon is improved, and the Explosive Cannon does more damage. So the Eldritch Cannon, I've seen that in my games. As a bonus action, order your cannon to be a flamethrower, ballista, or protector. We've got a dex save on a cone, 2d8 fire damage. A ranged spell attack, 2d8 force damage and pushed, or temporary hit points, 1d8. And the Battlesmith, craft faster and has its HP and force empowered rend adjusted. I just think it sounds really cool, and I wonder where this will end up in the next publication. Perhaps they're working on an expansion book as we speak. Pretty exciting.